only
Did you
quote I
go
had.
over your injuries? What were you guys? Did you go over them? We're missing, what, 3 starters tonight?
4.
4 starters?
Well, Emo Silas was the starter last year for us, and then Brett Bisping was our MVP in the postseason. Rob Poole's our best player this year, scoring-wise, and Levon Long is just a hard-hat, lunch-pail kind of guy that just...
What happened? What was his problem?
They've been hurt all week. They've been hurt. You know, you'd have to ask the trainer what happened, but I mean, in other words, he has a bad toe.
Yeah. Oh.
Levon's had turf toe on his right toe all year. Then he sprained his left toe. And then Poole really sprained his ankle against Fairfield, and he left the game and came back, and we lost. But he tried to come back. So I'm proud of the kids playing, but I thought it was the reason the backboard broke is like everything in our program is broke this year. So then the final exclamation point was the backboard breaking. They came down and said a backboard broke. I said it had to be ours. They go, of course it is. I said, I know. Maybe we used up all our luck. Seriously. We've had a bunch of guys hurt. We've had a bunch of things, you know. We had a guy whose soul was broken, and that's why he left our program transferred. Nothing wrong, just happy for where he's going. But we have had everything go right last year and pretty much everything go broke. And I don't mean like, there's no problems. I love these guys. Our attitude's fine. But like all the good luck we had last year, but when they came downstairs and said, the backboard's broke, I said, it has to be ours. They're like, of course it is. That's my opening statement. I'll take any questions. See, Canisius is doing a great job. Jim's doing a great job. I love how tough Valenti is. I love our league for getting to play everybody twice. That's the good news. We get to play them again. And they always shoot threes well here, but we're just... we thought maybe they could go, and they couldn't go yesterday, those two. And then they couldn't practice. And then when we were down 10, they wanted to... They both said, oh, we can go. And I said, no, this is about...
I almost went in the game once, right there.
Well, he still put me in, and I said, no, you didn't practice, and your toes hurt, and your other toes hurt, and I just, in other words, and I'm not saving him for I'm saving him for the season. And I appreciate, he did that against Fairfield and said he couldn't go, and then he wanted to go in, but at some point you have to make sure he's really okay, because otherwise he's just going to keep getting hurt. I admire Levon for wanting to go in, but I made the call.
We got Bisping, Poole, Silas.
Silas is important. He doesn't score, but he's a shot blocker, and we press.
And he's a rebounder.
Yep.
44 to 29 in the rebounding market. You got that. I mean, it was a rough game, but that's one thing you got to take away.
We're playing hard. I'm proud of our guys. There's no quitting them. You know, and now Marquis, who's a really great point guard, is trying to probably do too much, and I don't mean he's trying to do too much in his own in a bad way. He looks at the thing and says, I have to do more. So that's gonna, you know, when you try to do more, there's gonna be some mistakes. But Marquis is one of the great point guards in this league, and he's young too.
You feel that way, Marquis? You felt that you were maybe got a little bit out of your game because you were trying to make up for all the teammates around?
Sometimes I do, yes.
Yeah, me.
For either of you guys, the backboard breaks. I know you guys were out there just kind of looking at each other like, you know, what do we do now? Just how hard is it to stay focused when that happens, and what do you guys do?
I don't think it was what do you do now. It was just like, what's next? Does that make sense? Like, just for the year we've had, it's like, what's next?
Looking at that, just saying like, why did it have to be our basket to break? But then again, it's no excuses.
Right? Yeah.
We had more time to warm up, and so it's, you know, it happened for a reason.
You guys took an extended halftime break there. What did you guys say at halftime?
No yelling. We're not yelling. We're just talking about playing for Pride, the Siena Pride. Corey McGee is your announcer. He played it. Corey McGee played it. No. Yeah, we're not. There's no like bad. Look at me. I'm not even sweating or anything. But it's just like we have to take care of the ball. We got to make some free throws, and once in a while we have to stop a guy from making a three. Like we're flying at him, and I want him to block it or whatever. But the one
for right now, he's doing a lot for us, and our team we gotta come together and accept coaching. That's the main goal. I think that's why our team is the way it is now.
You know, like in other words, the one thing we talked about on the board was like 0 for 4, 0 for 5, 0 for this. Like, let's take twos. I've mentioned that I'd like to take twos before we take threes, and I have some players, and they're trying, but it's like three-pointer, 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 three-pointer. Theirs go in, ours miss. We miss, rebound down the other end, dunk. Okay, then, you know, I've been doing this 25 years. They haven't all been smooth, you know. Like I said, but there was no yelling. I mean, it wasn't just that. It was just, here are the numbers, here's what we're trying to do. Your guy scored this, you didn't score, but like, and then in the second half we played, actually some guys showed us some different stuff, but you know, it's going to be interesting, you know, Levon and Poole. If Levon and Poole come back, I'd say we have a chance, we got a chance.
You're talking about the 3-pointers that they were shooting today, and from what I've read, that's kind of been a theme the last couple games. Is there anything?
We shoot threes well in this building. You know, Barron's a good 3-point shooter, both his kids. But in other words, it's funny. I don't mind them making threes. Sometimes it bothers me, but it'd be really nice if we made one back on them. Like, they made 5 threes in the first half. We're 1 for 6. I'm like, okay, I want 3 for 6. You know, but maybe I don't live my life enough to get 3 for 6. I gotta get closer to God or something. I don't know. But in other words, does that make sense? Like they make them. If you look at our whole year, guys have been making threes on us a little, and they see the jersey and they're mad that we had a good year last year. We played in front of 6,000 people. I understand that, and our fans are great. Our fans are loyal and supportive, and we have a great program for 30 years. There's a game plan here. You know, we're gonna have to redshirt Emo Silas. Brett Bisping's probably gonna redshirt. We have young guys that want to play. I want to play Willem and Jimmy Page, but like at some point, like a guy makes a 3, and then we're open. Just make it back at him. We miss, put our head down, they go down and dunk it, and I'm like, okay, how about we miss the 3 and run back and take charge? But we're in a weird state right now. Hey, you know, the Cavs are too, and the Knicks are too. We're not the only ones.